I want to talk about the importance of the kicker position. There's so many games that we see that literally rely on the kicker's leg to either win or lose a game. Those high pressure moments, we saw it this past week when Monday Night Football, Saints Chargers, we saw the Chargers kicker could have, essentially won that game for them, but went right off the upright. But what are your favorite type of games? Do you embrace those high pressure moments like that? Would you prefer to have maybe a laid back day like Mitch had in New York where he just kind of just hung out on the side? Like, what are your favorite type of games?
Well, if we were going for 2 every time, I would for sure enjoy hanging out on the sideline knowing that we're scoring a lot of points potentially. But, I think in the National Football League, I think Kyle Shanahan does a great job of portraying, you might win by a lot, you might lose by a lot. It might be a tight game. It might be back and forth. You're down a little bit, you come back. Like, there's a million ways to win a game in the National Football League. And for us, it's about trying to play complementary football in all 3 phases. And, I think anytime you go into a game, you know that it's going to be close because a lot of games in the National Football League are obviously decided by 1 possession or 3 points or less. I mean, if you look at the Chargers, they had, I think, 11 games over the last 2 years where they've had 1 possession. And we've been there. I mean, my first year here, we had a lot of those. So, I mean, I know and understand what those games are going to come down to. And I think if it ever gets in those situations, I get pretty excited about those opportunities. And I think those are times where you just have to go out there and trust your keys and do the things that you do best that you've done in practice and know that at the end of the day, if you trust that, then everything will be okay.
I think that takes me back. I can't remember if it was the 2017 or 2018 season. And boy, you were that clutch guy for the team. I mean,
yeah, it was
a lot
fun.
of those teams.
Yeah, we kicked a lot of field goals. Obviously, we were in a little bit of a rebuilding process. A lot of the guys that were on that team really aren't here anymore. But I think it was good for us to be in those close games early on to give us the sense that, hey, we can win. It's just a matter of executing on a few different plays because I think leading up into before I got here, it really hadn't been like that. So I think it gave us a lot of confidence and really gave us the opportunity to learn how to win in the NFL. And you can see that by, being in those close games last year and winning a lot of those as opposed to losing them.
I brought up Mitch's name because he did have that game where he had 0 punts and he was just hanging out over there. Talk to me about you guys' relationship. I mean, now you guys have gone into now a year and some change together. How have you guys built a bond, and have you picked up any Australian slang?
It's funny because every day you're learning something new from him for sure. I think it's kind of unique because I have one of the most diverse special teams rooms from coaches and players. We have every ethnicity, we have every type of conversation and background and age. And I think for us, it's kind of unique to be able to share those stories because it takes me to what we're going through here in the present day, whether it be through COVID or whether it be through social injustice or other narratives that we have to navigate in current times, right? So it's kind of unique because I think if you could put everybody in a locker room or in even just our bubble as specialists, I think that there's a lot of respect you have for each other. You have a lot of different upbringings and a mutual respect for how you grew up and what you went through. So for me, it's coming in every day, trying to help him grow as a player. And obviously for me, it's been fun because I think he's got an awesome work ethic. I think he wants to be really good in the National Football League, and he has all the tools as a punter to help us change field position. He has an opportunity for us to get turnovers with the different kicks that he has. And, you've seen a lot of growth from him this year from just understanding the game of football. And I think you're starting to see his career take off.
I want to talk about what you've been doing this year, and you have been kicking for a cause. I actually saw your name on TMZ and kind of freaked out. Like, why is Robbie Gould on, why is there news on TMZ? But it's for a good
Yeah, I'm not dating a celebrity or anything like that. Like, I'm very happily married. I got 3 amazing kids. I'm not in the streets of Santa Clara doing some crazy stuff,
You scared me, Robbie. But what you are doing is you're pledging $500 to fight pediatric cancer for every field goal made this season to Cal's Angels. Tell me a little bit about Cal's Angels and how this idea came about.
Yeah, so I've known the Cal's Angels organization for a couple years now. I've really started to embrace their organization over the last year. We had a conversation of like families that were involved, trying to say hello to people that would go into the hospital at certain times and just kind of make sure that they had somebody that they were thinking of them. And, for me, as an athlete, there's always this platform to help and do more and create awareness for certain conversations. And for me, I think Cal sticks out a lot because I have 3 kids of my own, and I know, and I've seen, and I've had family members that have had cancer. And, I think watching families go through what they're going through, I couldn't imagine doing that with my kids, let alone just being a part of the sideline and watching families go through it. So I decided that for every field goal that we make this year, which will probably turn into every field goal we attempt, most likely, that I'm going to donate $500 to Cal's Angels, and with the help of others, hopefully reach $50,000 by the end of the season. We've had some other people pledge per field goal, which is really cool. And then my company, Eventlify, which is a software program for event management, got on board. And, it's been a lot of fun to be able to change people's lives and do something that will make them forget about what they're going through. So, there's a website up, kicksforkids.eventlify.com, or just follow me on social media, Robbie Gould 09. And, it doesn't matter how big or small, just every little piece of a donation or even volunteerism somewhere for other organizations is just as important as, giving a dollar amount.
Last year, you had 23 made field goals. This year, we're already at 7. So we can't wait to see you make more, not only for the 49ers success, but also for a good cause. How can people find out more information?
Yeah, follow me on social media, Robbie Gould 09 on all channels, or you can go to kicks with the number 4 kids .eventlify.com and go there to donate too.
Robbie, you have a number of accolades throughout your 16-year NFL.
Now you're just dating me now. I was, when I started in the NFL, I had hair. Now I'm like as old. Here's what's sad. And it's great that you play this long. It's awesome. But I was having a conversation with my wife and my kids because my kids watch Sunday night, all football games if they can, but they get to watch the first quarter of a Sunday night football game. And DK Metcalf, when I got in the National Football League, I played with his dad in Chicago. So I was trying to explain to my kids, like, hey, daddy used to play when they're your age with DK Metcalf. He was running on the field with his daddy. Like, daddy was my teammate. And my kids are like, no way. They're like, you're so old, Dad. I'm like, yeah, I know. I get it. I'm 37, going to be 38. These kids, I'm almost getting to the age where kids coming in the National Football League is the length of time that I've played in the NFL. So, obviously that's always a good thing when you can play that long, I guess, but definitely getting old. That's for sure.
Oh, you're not getting old. You're just getting wiser, Rob.
Thanks for that. I appreciate it.